Oh, are we on? We're on. We appear to be on. Look at this. We're on. I have a microphone right there. So now I'm more or less in stereo. This is this side of the mic. This is that side of the mic. It all goes together. Hey, it's okay, Ruth. Bells are definitely optional. I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm wearing pants right now. But welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you watching at home and those of you watching in the studio and those of you watching on reruns, because I know I'm big in syndication. Welcome back to the room known as Away in the house known as Ororoki in an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas for yet another Tobias the Adequate streaming Troubadorky show. Hey! Hey, Tapo, fantastic. Well, yeah, just make sure you take a nap tomorrow during the day to make up for the fact that you're here at, ridiculously late your time. So there's a lot. You may have noticed that the furniture has been rearranged behind us. If clothes are optional. I have to wear clothing because I'm on camera. It's up to you, really. I mean, I'm open-minded. I was raised in the 70s. Once upon a time in the 70s, it was okay to wander around your house naked while guests were around. Some guests. And it was a heck of a way to get rid of the missionaries. But anyway. So yeah, the house has been the room's been rearranged a bit. Now, I can't do math right now, Teppo, so I mean, I'm barely able to come back and do this show. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to burn a few moments here as we let everything cycle through. You see, adjusting my lamp just a little bit, throw some more light at me. We don't have the lamps behind me, so I have to make do with this big LED light above me. So I got a horrific case of gout right around Labor Day weekend here in the United States, and it lives in the joint, first joint of my big toe. Yes, those of you who went to the Renaissance festivals in California, apparently I did not wish the Queen enough health, for I was cursed with a gouty toe and was extremely in a lot of pain and had a lot of trouble moving around. But they gave me drugs to get that down. They gave me some pain medication, which I gotta be honest with you, made me breathtakingly dumb. I mean, not even like, allergy medication dumb, but like straight on, I can feel myself not being intelligent dumb. It was, much better now, of course, because I've stopped taking it. Hey, man. Imagine people paid lots of money for this back in my college days. But we rearranged some things a couple of weeks ago, and now all of my implements and many of my books are now behind me, including a lot of the noisemakers way up there in the top shelf, which have been used for the Ask Philo podcast. There is a new podcast, relatively new podcast. I think I let it go last week or the week before. I think it was last week. And then, the week before. Yeah, I let it go the week before the Celtic Festival, which I do want to talk about as well. And then there's all the other stuff. This one over here actually lights up. I need to charge it because it's USB charged. Of course, what isn't these days? And then last Friday, the Friday before this Sunday, I did a 10-minute set with the Overtime Theater out on Bandera Road in San Antonio, Texas, as part of their Big Give Send-Off event. The Big Give is an annual fundraiser for about a bajillion nonprofits and charities here in San Antonio. And it's the first time I had done live music in front of that kind of audience instead of a festival audience. These people had basically come in to see a show, and I was just part of the show that they were going to see. They didn't even know that I was going to be there, to be honest with you. And it went pretty well. So well, in fact, that I was reminded of the fact that lots of my songs are, in fact, funny, which is always a good thing to see. Hi, Kay, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We're just babbling about, and I did Sherwood Celtic. Some of you were there. Some of you who are watching this now, some of you who were watching in the past, did see the show, watching this in replay, I should say, because I'm big in syndication. Caught that, and it was fantastic to perform in front of live human beings. I have thought about that water clock there, Teppo. Teppo suggested, because if I have a 10-minute set, I should actually set a timer to do a 10-minute set. I think that's a brilliant idea. The water clock is 2 minutes of your mineral water bottle takes 10 minutes, and you can have a glass. I like it. Oh, I didn't have quite enough organizational skills. I got myself down there, and actually I used the resonator ukulele, which meant I didn't even have to have an amp, because the resonator ukulele has its own thing. So I did that show. I did Sherwood Celtic. I did the show at the Overtime, and now here I am. It's a packed show. It's got some stuff in it that I haven't done for a long time. It's got some stuff in it I've never done. And if we're lucky, one song, I tell you, which has never been performed in front of a live audience before, except for my wife and my friend Ashley, who are here, and I just had to play it to somebody. Something I was very happy about that. So I think it's probably about time that I get on with the bloody talk, get it on with not so much the talking and more with the music thing. Let me just get over here to my very favorite part of the show, which is, of course, the beginning. Watch this while I push a button. Here. There we go. Yep, we're going to do this one. We're going to start, because we ought to start. You've come here to this live streaming. I'm about to start my show. So come on in, pull up a bench. You got nowhere else to go. Hey, you didn't even have to put on pants to see this. We live in the future. Just settle in, get comfortable, and I'll begin to play. And if you do not do so, I gotta do this anyway. I have a schedule and an agreement to do it. I'd like to have some folks to hear, and that would be your part. Oh, look, an audience. That's you. I guess I better start. I am your humble troubadour, come here to entertain. And if it gets a little weird, I hope you won't complain. I mean, you're the one who clicked the link, right? Accountability. I've come to fill this little screen with music, tales, and jokes. It's geeky, nerdy, goofy music for geeky, nerdy folks. You're on the internet. You are my demographic. I got about an hour here to exercise my art. Oh, look, an audience. That would be you. I guess I better start. True facts. Now this show's a special one. It's special because you're here. There are a couple guidelines that I hope are not unclear. They're not so much rules as suggestions. On the internet, everything's a suggestion. I'll start the song, you can sing along, and laugh and clap and play. Just come and lose your dignity, we'll get this underway. If you've been watching the timer, we're about 5.5, 6 minutes into it right now. I got a bunch of stuff to play, I hope it warms your heart. Oh, look, an audience, that would be you. I guess we better start one more time, because I feel like it. It's my show, I can do what I want. Oh, look, an audience, that's you. I guess we better start. And we are now officially underway with the Troubadourk show. I saw people pop in. Hello, 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 and hello. Hi. This is as much of a live show as we can manage it right now. Is this a live show? Is it a fantasy? No, I'm not going to write that filth now. I will probably write it later. You people inspire this kind of goofy behavior in me, so why not? Now, I want to try and wake up this thing. My Stream Deck isn't completely asleep, so I can't push the buttons over here. I have to click the things over here instead. Welcome to the joy of being a solo act, running this entire thing by myself. And as you can see, expense was spared in the making of this show. So, what other things have happened? Well, this last week ago Friday, I think it was this Friday, was official Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, arr. Wait. Arr, arr, arr. Don't drop the ukulele. Talk Like a Pirate Day has an interesting history because it just started out as a joke that a couple of people put together. And one of them said it on his ex-wife's birthday, so he'll never forget. And it's become kind of a big thing. Now, of course, I was a sea dog at the Northern California Renaissance Festival for a long time. And I have continued to put various piratey things into various parts of my show. And as such, I don't worry too much about Talk Like a Pirate Day, but I will tell you this, once again. If you were not someone who went to the California Renaissance Festivals, I don't know if it's changed, because I've been away from California now for almost 20 years. It's been 16 years, right? To err is human, to R is pirate. Lovely. The official basic fare accent for the California fairs under the tuition of the Living History Center was along these lines. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. I think my trews be full and doon. Now, if you're wondering what it is that I be speaking like, you might hear it very carefully if you think about this. I be Long John Silver, and I do know where the treasure be. That's right, gang. Talking like an Elizabethan in that particular time frame was talking like a pirate. And it is actually, if you look up Elizabethan dialect on the YouTubes, the Royal Shakespeare Theatre Company actually has provided evidence that that is in fact the case. Speak the speech, I pray thee, as I pronounced it to thee, trippingly on the tongue. Of course, we exaggerate somewhat, because we want to make sure that people understand that you're in a different time and a different place. But yes, you talk like a pirate, you're talking like an Elizabethan. Unless you're from Yorkshire. And then you talk like a drunken Elizabethan. Or from Scotland, a drunken pirate. Or from Scotland, you talk like an angry pirate. Or from Ireland, you talk like a pirate who knows something funny about the person you're talking to, but you're not going to tell him what it is. See? Speaking of talking like a pirate and piratey songs, of course I could not possibly touch upon all of this seafaring nonsense without playing one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world, written by my good friend. Hopefully he's still my friend, having seen me perform this far too many times. My friend Quigley Finch, the mighty Quigley Finch. He's about that tall and he'll tear your face right off. Of Salty Walt and the Rattlin' Rat Lions out in the wilds of the San Francisco Bay Area. They are good friends, also former Sea Dogs, talented musicians, as opposed to me. I'm an idiot with a ukulele and an inability to keep quiet. This is one of the songs that I played, in fact. Oh, I'm still in tune. Amazing. At the Overtime's Big Give send-off. And it is Captain's Log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog. And the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. The captain was the toughest man, whatever sailed the seas, until one thing finally struck him down, was a nasty French disease. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that none shall ever take his place till they find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest free to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with our witty words and jests. But soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we looked in the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events as written a history. But no matter where we searched inside the vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. For the many logs that we did find, they all did look the same. But we never once found the piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Yes, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. I actually did have an entire large cluster of the audience all go, at a certain point during that song. And if you know the song, you know the point. It's, I bet my favorite is when I get a whole row of just all at, oh god, synchronized face palming live on stage. So yes! Oh my goodness me. It has been, oh my god, has it been. I was actually saying, it's been a heck of a year this month. September is a longer, it feels like a longer month because it has 5 Fridays in it. And the reason I say it has 5 Fridays in it, and then why I think it's longer, is because that's how we gauge getting paid. My wife and I, through absolutely no effort on our own part, get paid alternate Fridays every 2 weeks. So I get paid, then she gets paid, and I get paid, and she gets paid. Which always means that there's always a little money coming in, which means that the panic factor is lower, which is nice. On the other hand, it also means that it feels like this month has just kind of gone on forever. Of course, there have been many things happening in the world that have made it feel like it might have gone on forever. So I figured that the next thing to do, so I should put something light and airy, but scientific into the show. Which is why the next song I'm going to do is in fact about science. Aquatic science. What's it called again? Ichthyology is bugs. But the study of octopi, which is, I can't remember what it is. So you know what? I'm going to look it up on the internet. Study of octopi. Which is really funny because I have done this Teuthology. T-E-U-T-H-O-L-O-G-Y. Teuthology. Or tautology, depending on how you feel about it. That's right. It's the fact that when octopi in the wild are bored, have nothing to do, they will just reach out with a tentacle, and then they will just punch a fish They're not hunting. They don't feel threatened. They just punch a fish for no reason. And I knew that when I saw that, I knew I needed to write a song. This uses an awful lot of 7th chords. It is one of the jazzier songs that I have written, and I love it very much. And yes, Tepo, it is in fact Fishpuncher. Yeah! Oh! Fishpuncher the octopus punches fish. Fishpuncher the octopus pugilist. He wants to start a fight. Don't know how to do it right. Oh, Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fishpuncher the octopus punches fish. Fishpuncher the octopus pugilist. He hasn't got a beat. Beats a fish just to get relief. Oh, Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fishpuncher the octopus punches fish. Fishpuncher the octopus pugilist. When he feels that he's gonna stew, he'll be the post-stenographer too. Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fishpuncher the octopus punches fish. Fishpuncher the octopus pugilist. He wants to pick a fight. He's got all night. Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fishpuncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fish. I don't use a pick. I use my fingernails. My fingernails have the structural integrity of damp cardboard or possibly a lightly microwaved pudding pop. I have actually torn the fingernails of one hand against the fingernails of another hand. I am a fragile, fragile creature, but aren't we all? I feel better about that. That's one of those little audio caffeine songs. If I play it, I know that I am awake by the end of it. And maybe you're awake by the end of it too. I don't know. So, one of the other things we've got going on is we are now into September, and then there comes October, and November, and December. And in October, the first weekend of October, is Alamo City Furry Invasion, which happens here in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm going to be doing a show at 5 p.m. on the Saturday of that particular event. I'm also going to be hanging out there at the convention all day, well, much of the day Saturday with myself and my lovely wife, Amy. You'll know me because I look like this. I may even have one of the remaining, and I got to tell you this right now, remaining few incredibly rare sold out. In fact, I'm not very good at this buttons on my person because during the Sherwood Celtic Festival, they all sold out. They all sold out. Everybody wanted it. I'm not very good at this button. And I think that makes a statement about a lot of things and a number of people. The best part about this is that a number of people, without being prompted, volunteered what their occupation was to me during the course of getting that button from me. My personal favorite is, well, there's a couple of engineers and a pharmacist. And I said, and this pharmacist person actually told me they were going to wear that button at work. And I said, I want evidence. Post it to my Twitter, tag me. I want to see it. I think it would be hilarious. Because we all feel like somehow we are kind of getting away with something. I certainly do, all the dang time. Because I am not a musician in the classical sense of the word. Once again, I'm an idiot with a ukulele and an inability to keep quiet. I don't feel like I'm a musician. I know a lot of musicians. They are very talented people. Somehow they keep letting me play. Which is kind of weird and kind of cool and groovy at the same time. I was mentioning the whole gout thing. I am feeling much better, by the way. Thank you all. Those of you who followed the escapades of my stupid right foot know that it's not a lot of fun when gout flares up. That's one of the worst gout flare-ups I've had in many, many, many years. But taking those meds did pretty much make it impossible for me to think. And I figured that that meant it was a very good idea to play a song that I wrote in the middle of ye olde pandemic-y during lockdown when I hit... It was right at the turn of the year from 2021 to 2020... From 2020 to 2021. And I could not get my head to operate. I felt like I couldn't write a song. And Amy, my lovely wife, looked me right in the eye and said, well, then write a song about that. Because she knows me. Let me check the tuning here. On occasion, when I do a vigorous song like that, my instrument will in fact spontaneously detune to tell me how it feels about me. That's good. So this song is in fact entitled, song number 4, I Cannot Brane. And yes, the font changed. More 7 chords. I cannot brane a word bad. I cannot brane my feel sad. I cannot brane the word stick. They bundle in my face, come out too thick. I cannot brane. No, can't even rhyme at this point. I cannot brane word bad, song weird, out of joint. I cannot brane a word bad. I cannot think my feel sad. I cannot brane the word wrong, the chord weird, screw up song, not feel glad. I cannot brane my word bad. I cannot brane my feel sad. I cannot brane my heart stick. Words in my head come out too thick. Me brain could work good some once. If you ever catch me at a fair or festival or show and it's very clear that I have not had a good night's sleep, this song will come into play. Oh, it shall. And get everybody to sing along with me. The Hangover Tabernacle Choir. Oh, gosh, Rudy. So, 2 years ago, right in the throes of the lockdown and pandemic, I made a post to my Tobias the Adequate page, and I said, hey, post ideas for songs, post song titles. The 3 that have the most reacts, I will write a song about them. The one that got the most reacts is Goddammit Laguerre, which, if I have to explain that, would take far too long. The second most reacts was for Jana Sept, Queen Margaret of Scotland and the Isles, and I think she's going to have a new gig at Sherwood this year. Don't tell anybody till they announce it. And hers was the fact that she gets approached by a number of people who tell her that they are in fact Queen Margaret's great something or other, and try to inveigle that into marching with him in the parade, singing with him at court, stuff like that. And she usually has like that reaction because she is arguably the sanest Scotswoman on the planet, and certainly the sanest person portraying a Scots person at Sherwood Fair. Sorry, at Scarborough Fair. I don't know if she's ever come to visit Sherwood. That would be fun. Get her and get Queen Eleanor. Oh, big time differential, but so much attitude and sass. I like me some smart, angry women. I'll just say that right there. And then the third song was Grandpa's Can of War Ration Spam. And you know something? It's very clear that I have not had enough sleep because all three of those songs are not the one I'm going to do. But it's related to Grandpa's Can of War Ration Spam and, of course, the epic tune Ham, which you can find on my SoundCloud, which is talked about in the comments over there somewhere where it describes my show. But I saw this on the interwebs, and it is an actual real thing, and it is arguably the world's oldest edible ham. We'll do spam next time, okay? But this is actually a startlingly pretty song. It is in fact in a museum, at the a museum out in Smithfield, Virginia. It is I think it's the Isle of Man Museum. I think that's right. It's been a while. But this ham was cured in 1902 and has not gone bad yet as far as we can tell. Now, I saw this phrase, the world's oldest edible ham, and immediately needed to write a song about it because, well, wouldn't you? So consequently, I wrote a song, and it's a waltz, amusingly enough. It's a very pretty waltz. It's a surprisingly pretty waltz, all things considered. It goes very close to, very much. Like this. The world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it. But should we? In 1902, down at Waltney Foods, the ham was lost in the cooler. 2 decades did pass with it offsetting gas, then Pembroke declared it the ruler. It's the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? Well, he colored that ham and said, well, my man, you're gonna be my pet creation. I'll take you to fairs, and under my care there'll be a grand ham celebration. With the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? I need to rehearse. Out in old Virginia, the ham sits in livery, along with the world's oldest peanut. Oh, it looks the samey, it's probably quite gamey, but people pay money to see it. Why? It's the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? Key change! It's the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. How gratuitous! The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? Probably not. Welcome to my head. This is the kind of nonsense that happens in my head. Oh, look, I accidentally the whole thing here. Yeah, put that back. Put that back. Put the thing back where it came from. Oh, so help me. So help me. There's a thing missing now because I managed to click on something random and it's got all screwed around. This would be our official technical foul-up. There's always one in a Tobias the Adequate TROUBADORK live stream show. That's your sign of quality. Or something. Definitely something. Wow, so very much today is about playing some songs I haven't played. Wow, that thing, where did the chat box thingy go? Are you visible? You're not visible? You're visible there? Yeah, okay. Yep, alright. It'll come back. It'll all come back to me eventually. This next song is one that was inflicted upon me. There we go. Song that was inflicted upon me by my friend PC Bill Coder, one of my oldest friends and acquaintances. Not that he's older than everybody else, but I've known him consistently over a long stretch of time for longer than many other people that I know. And as such, that qualifies. Now, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and into the 90s I was going to college, and in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s, there was a comic book revolution. The black and white comics were becoming very, very popular, and one of the comics that was becoming very popular started out as a sidebar, I think, in like Rolling Stone and a couple other places, was Zippy the Pinhead, and you can look it up if you want to. And Bill Griffin, the author and artist of Zippy the Pinhead, wrote a blues tune. I'm not making this nonsense up. It actually is out there. You can find it, and I will put it up there somewhere. What's that? I have a feeling that something cuts off the higher notes, too. That may very well have it. Oh, sound and video are out of sync again? Oh, consequence. Technology is weird. Technology is weird. It'll all catch up in a moment. Every so often there's going to be a hiccup because we live in an imperfect world and we are doing live streaming literally through a wireless relay that goes to my router. I could run an Ethernet cable from my router all the way up along the ceiling and up the stairs and along the ceiling, up the stairs and out into this room. And I haven't done that because, well, honestly, I'm not making enough money to do that with this thing. That's all right. I'm going to give us a couple of minutes here as I babble some further about this. So this is a song that is in the collection of songs that my wife's not that fond of, but she's downstairs and I think she may still be taking a nap. And if she's not taking a nap, she is at least probably able to, what's the way to put this? Probably able to ignore at least some of this nonsense as I'm doing it. What makes it even more amusing to me is that I don't actually have this song written down. This is actually, I have the song screenshotted. Because, why? Because I have no sense whatsoever. Because I have, well, it's just weird. Life is weird, and that's okay. There we go. We'll get it all to work eventually. So this song is, in fact, known as The Ding Dong Blues, written by Bill Griffith with chords by Jim Burrill. And you can find Jim Burrill out there on the interwebs. And it kind of goes, I have not played this one in a long time. So this could go horribly wrong very quickly. Listen closely for the complete and utter loss of technique. I got them ding dong blues. Saturday. Here we go. I mean it this time. I got them ding dong blues. Sadder than a dentist drill. I got them ding dong blues. Had a keg of whip and chill. Look like Audrey Hepburn, searching for a diet pill. Got them ding-dong blues, dreaming about Miami Beach. There we go. I got the ding-dong blues, H pumps 49 cents each. Feel like Mr. Rogers, drinking lots of tab and bleach. Went to ancient Rome, found nobody home. Cub Scouts playing Scrabble, stole my metronome. Oh baby, my hairstyle's obsolete. Madonna by my building, she put my whirlpool on the street. I got them ding-dong blues, just not having any fun. I got them ding-dong blues, heading for oblivion. Lying on the sofa, crying for the flying nun. I got them ding-dong blues, head's about to buy fruitcake. I got them ding-dong blues, don't know what it was I ate. Could have been the sushi, caused me to hallucinate. 1 and 1 is 4, 6 and 4 are 9. My favorite orthodontist skipped to Liechtenstein. Oh baby, I'm gloomy as Pagliacci. The only thing will save me, 2 weeks with Liberace. I got them ding-dong blues, suffering from a stabbing pain. I got them ding-dong blues, guess I'm gonna go insane. Stopping in a phone booth, somewhere outside Bangor, Maine. Don't know what to do, loquats in my shoe. If I had the fortune cookie, it said I used the wrong shampoo. Oh baby, I'm crying down upon my knees. If things looking much better, I'm gonna send out for Chinese. In the event that the technology did not catch up with the sound, well, I figured that was a goofy enough, weird enough, awkward enough song to completely justify whatever technical free-for-alls we are having at this very time. So we now come to an interesting crux moment. Why? Because I have a song that I have not played live on this stream yet. Some of you know what that song might be. I'm going to play what I intend to be the last song of my set, and then we'll see what happens. Because I've noticed I have an opener song and I have a closer song. When I perform Song of the Bard, it is generally the last song in the set. And that's cool. That's okay. I'm pretty happy with it overall. Something might happen if someone asks me to play another song after I finish playing this song. We'll see. People say that because I write some songs, I might just be a bard. But writing songs is really fun, it's really not that hard. I call myself the Troubadourk, that B word has me jarred. Because while I am not a bard, I've frequently been barred. Here it comes. I've been barred from ships and taverns, I've been barred from pubs and clubs, I've been barred from village fairs, they even took my tickets clubs. I've been barred from local jam sessions, been all but feathered and tarred, and to make the matters worse, from all the bars I have been barred. Hootenannies will not have me, nor will any open mic. I can play whatever song I please, but nowhere that I like. People want me to pay for my sins, but music should be free. And while I can play wherever I please, no place is pleased with me. In the words of Jerry Garcia, you can't please everybody. I've been barred from ships and taverns, I've been barred from pubs and clubs, I've been barred from village fairs, they even took my ticket stubs. I've been barred from local jam sessions, been all but feathered and tarred, and to make the matters worse, from all the bars I have been barred. I may be a humbled poetaster, a poet not so good. I just want my songs to come out right like any sane man would. But the people, when they hear my stuff, react with low regard, just because they say my music left them emotionally scarred. What I talk about today: lumber, aggressive octopi, brain death, really old ham, junk food. It's all good mainstream family entertainment, isn't it? I've been barred from ships and taverns, I've been barred from pubs and clubs, I've been barred from village fairs, they even took my ticket stubs. I've been barred from local jam sessions, been all but feathered and tarred, and to make the matters worse, from all the bars I have been barred. So my friends, you now all know my tale, take pity on my plight. Some of us just want to play our stuff and pray it comes out right. If you see your humble troubadour, please do not run away, as I stagger through this world, searching for somewhere I can play. Well, so far I haven't scared off the folks at Alamo City Furry Invasion, or Sherwood, or SteamPunk November. But of course, with SteamPunk November, I'm basically charging admission and 2 tickets to the afternoon tea. True story. I've been barred from ships and taverns, I've been barred from pubs and clubs, I've been barred from village fairs, they even took my ticket stubs. I've been barred from local jam sessions, been all but feathered and tarred, and to make the matters worse, from all the bars I have been barred. I've been barred from ships and taverns, I've been barred from pubs and clubs, I've been barred from village fairs, they even took my ticket stubs. I've been barred from local jam sessions, and I've been feathered and tarred, and to make the matters worse, from all the bars I have been barred. And that, technically, would be where I would end the show, under normal circumstances. I would totally end the show, under normal circumstances, at that point. Now, here's where we run into the challenge of the technology that we are dealing with today. There is a 1-minute delay on all Twitch streams, a 1-minute delay on all YouTube streams, and a whopping 2-minute delay on all Facebook streaming. Why? Because they want to make sure that if something's going horribly wrong, is hinky, weird, explicit, or against their terms of service in any way, shape, or form, including playing other people's copyrighted music, that they can shut it down. So, what I'm going to say is this. I realized I had an opening song, and Songs of the Bard is effectively my closing song. And on the final day of Sherwood Fair, final day of the Sherwood Celtic Festival, on the 3rd show, when I had a small but extremely vigorous audience, I had something happen which has never actually happened before in the entire time I've been performing music. I had some people demand an encore. And I did. I played another song. Now, I thought that was really kind of cool. And I also noticed that this being the single most self-aware music act you're ever going to see in your entire freaking life, that maybe, just maybe, I should have an encore song. Now, the problem with that is that in order to have an encore song, you have to have people asking you for an encore. And this is why it is that I'm burning 2 to 3 minutes talking about the encore. Because if I see someone over there say they want an encore, then I will perform the encore song. But if I don't see anyone over there talk about the encore song, I probably won't. There are only 2 people on this entire planet besides me who have heard this song. And that is my friend Ashley and my lovely and extraordinarily patient wife, Amy. True facts, true story. So I guess what we'll do now is just kill a little bit of time. We can imagine, if you will, possibly, that I just kind of wandered off, somewhere, just wandered away. Just like, you know, imagine if you will, I am that the entire band Aerosmith has cleared off the stage, and they've just waited for like 20 minutes until people have clapped and cheered and yelled themselves hoarse. Thank you, Ruth. That'll save us a lot of time. This, my friends, is the world premiere on a larger scale of the song that I wrote specifically in case someone wants me to perform an encore. Now, I've only played it a few times, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it correctly at this point, but since none of you have heard it, how can you tell I mess up, right? By all rights, I should be finished now. Pack up and pass the hat. But you folks have made such a row, I can't just quit like that. You clapped and cheered and laughed, I told you it sure warmed my heart. You've all heard the finale. I guess that this is the next part. This is my encore song. I sing after I'm done. It might sound kind of wrong, but if we're all having fun, I'll sing another verse and keep this going on. We'll have a lot of fun until we're done. No, I'm not finished yet. This chorus ain't complete until you clap your hands and maybe you stomp your feet. Singing this encore song because you asked for more, and this is what's in store when you do that. I've got just one more verse, and then we'll call it good. You folks have been real kind, more than I thought that you would. Nonetheless, soon I must surrender this your screen. I sure do thank you all, and now we're done. I said we're done. I mean it, we're done. This is the end of the show. And so we come with all the enthusiasm and accuracy of a hyperactive Labrador Retriever puppy across the freshly waxed kitchen floor and directly towards the expensive china cabinet that is the conclusion of the Tobias the Adequate TROUBADORK semi-regular streaming show. I are now done. I are done for this one. We will be done later, sooner or later. Engorge song? Well, only if they give me enough money that I can then eat afterwards. So that's, another option, I suppose. But I want to thank you all for hanging out with me once again, those of you who are watching now and those of you who are watching this in replays, because I know I'm big in syndication, because not everybody can hang out here at 2 o'clock Central Time. I want to thank, among the many people that I thank each and every one of you who I've seen here on the stream. That's Kate and Ruth and Teppo and Matthew Hickman-Jackson, and a couple other people that are lurking and don't say anything because I can only see who's actually here when they make comments in that box over there. There's a number that shows up on my screen, like way up on this side, but I think that number lies because apparently my mom and my family have sat in on these shows and not told me. Fine. Be that way. Can't tell if they're proud or ashamed. You can find me all over the interwebs. I am at The Adequate on Twitter. My personal Facebook is at The Adequate. I'm at Tobias The Adequate on Facebook for the Tobias The Adequate page on which this particular show is streamed. I am at Tobias The Adequate on, what am I at there? TikTok. I do very few TikToks. I'm at The Adequate on Instagram. Oh my gosh, there's so many things, man. There's just so many things. Oh, quick, I will look at notes. Notes will tell me what I'm missing here. I'm at theadequate.com and troubadourk.com for all of your adequacy needs, all at once in one place. You can encourage my behavior through patreon.com/theadequate. And I thank Jen, Joe, Alexi, Austin, Chris, Teppo, Isaac, Linda, Ann, Rob, Alicia, Relly, BK, Richard, Brian, and Lorene for supporting adequacy in our lifetime, and you can too. I'm not sure I can guarantee you anything other than what I'm doing now, just more of it. Patreon patrons do get a live preview of some things, not the encore song, although I will be recording the encore song, and I will be putting that out And when I do, it will link first through my Patreon patron peeps. Brush your hair in one direction or the other. And after that, after about a week, it will then be released onto the general world. Wrote a death metal album last year with Ron Dorn of Absolute Darkness and the man behind the app for the 70,000 Tons of Metal tour. It's called THUD Bukiit. You can find it THUDBUKIT.bandcamp.com, and also by looking up THUD Bukiit anywhere you get your streaming music. And if you listen to the THUD Bukiit album on SoundCloud about a bajillion times, we will be able to afford to buy a pizza. If you go to anchor.fm/theadequate, you will find Ask Philo, which is back in its second season after a year-long hiatus, where Philo Thibodeau Headbecker Kneecap, practitioner of the dark arts and crafts in Achifalaka Wachigaki County, answers your questions. And you can send questions to Ask Philo at pod@theadequate.com. That's pod@theadequate.com. Or just drop me on any of the other places you can get in touch with me. AFCI shows in 2 weeks, 5 p.m. Saturday. SteamPunk November is the weekend of 13 November, and I'll be performing Friday afternoon, evening, Saturday all during the day, and probably Sunday in the morning because I'm cheap that way. Kerrville Renaissance Festival in Kerrville, Texas happens right on the crux of the end of January and the beginning of February, and I have a verbal agreement with them. I'll be getting a contract hopefully in October. Demand to see me. Why not if you're in the area? It's a nice little fair. It's a lot of fun, and it's a day job commute from my home. Oh yeah, Artisanal Gibberish, of course, unrulyvoices.com/product/artisanal-gibberish, or just go to theadequate.com and everything's linked there. I will update the playlist to show this one and this streaming show and the last streaming show, and if you go to TROUBADORK.com, you'll get a direct link to my best 4 p.m. Sunday show, which was part of the Sherwood Forest Fair's virtual fair, and I was really amazed, and I'm glad it was a good show, because if I had stunk, that would not have been fun. That's enough out of me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be kind. Be safe. Be sane. Be silly. Be adequate. Be decent. You are worth it. You personally are worth it. Every bit of effort that I do to do this. Because without you people out there, I would just be some idiot yammering into a microphone, staring at a box, connected to the ether. It would be Vox Clamatia in Deserto, as opposed to a man, Vox Clamatis in Dessert Cart, which is a man shouting into a sheet cake. It's a true fact. You have all been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you for encouraging my behavior. See you next time in about 2 weeks. I may actually miss, about 2 weeks. I might miss it for AFCI, but probably not